Well, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk to you about my solar panel array. How I built it, what it's good for, what its limitations are, what its capabilities are, and just kind of a general idea of trying to get off the grid, but not really because electricity is cheap here. So without further ado, let's get to it. Currently I have 6 panels, and as you can see, they are not perfect. I have 2 good panels and 4 not good panels. But they do work, and I got them for cheap because they are broken. I think I paid a couple $100 for them and traded a old boomstick for part of it. It was a good deal for all of us because that gun sucked. What you see here on the top of it is actually what I looked up, YouTube of course, tried to figure out a way to cover them because they are glass on the top and it is sharp and water does get down in it. They said if you used a paint, it would actually protect them, but that is not true. It did not hold up, so it's just kind of flaking off, and I think it actually reduced obviously the amount of sunlight that goes into it, but it kind of worked the first year and it fell apart afterwards. This is my second design. My first design, which I'll show a clip of it falling over, had some flaws, needless to say, and actually ended up damaging some of the panels more than what they already are. So what I've done here is taken a pallet, a large industrial pallet that a lot of your equipment is shipped on, and actually mounted this array to it. Here's one of the panels that I used for the bottom. It's about 7x8. They ship around here a lot of implementation and implements for tractors and such. I've used a lot of these for different projects, which I built a shed out of one of them, built the solar panel, obviously, the base for it, and a few other projects. I've actually built all kinds of things out of these pallets that I got. Kids' tree houses, all sorts of different little things that I've come up with. Pretty handy. They were free too. So inside this is the heart. We have the solar panel comes in here. You got your positive and negative. Yes, black and green. I know it makes perfect sense. Ties into the grid tie, which ups the voltage that comes out, so it's slightly higher than what comes off the line. That way you use the electricity first that comes from the panels, which I got this fancy little meter here, which is just a Harbor Freight cheap one, but it works well actually. Then it runs back into the house. So it uses the electricity from the sun first before it pulls any electricity off the grid. Now it's not a lot. These solar panels have probably saved me $5 a month, maybe. So we got a early spring day out here. Snow's melting, sun's shining. Right now, it's about 10:30 in the morning. I'm getting about 6.5 amps at probably 102 volts. I mean, my guess, 102, 125. Which is a lot, but it's not enough to run a house. 1,000-watt grid tie inverter and a Harbor Freight kilowatt meter. A couple bus bars to bring the panels in, and a vent that goes outside. I needed something to house it in, so I grabbed something that was laying around, which is just one of your standard plastic boxes mounted to a pole. And I did actually put a little time in so that it's not so hazardous. And here's the back side of the panels. One of the capabilities that I wanted to have was adjust the angle depending upon the time of the year. because we're pretty far up north, the sun fluctuates very much between the seasons. So I made a simple design that I can lift it up or I can lower it down depending upon the time of the year, with nothing more than a hinge and a 2x4. The basis of it is just 2x4 framing. And there's nothing fancy, nothing special. Just needs to get the job done. And down here, I just got a couple old garage door hinges that I had laying around the property and was able to put those in. Works really well. Makes it easy to lift it and drop it. So conclusion, the solar panel array is basically just for fun. I could hook up some batteries to it and I could make it so that I could run off of it. One of my later videos, I'll do a video here on my generator grid tie for when the power does go out and we have to use the generator to actually run the house or part of the house. Enough for water, whatnot, refrigerators. Anyways, this is Jason. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.